I'm in the main menu just for now, okay? Because, you know, we have the Hearts in Bloom event to do. 600,000 deliveries, 14 per person. There is no length mentioned of the job. Ends on the 1st of March, so we shall do those today. But that's not the only thing we're talking about today. 50 stream streak, folk, big fan. First stream you joined. Oh, so you're going to like it. Millie, I wish I knew the exact wording of what to talk to you about. I don't know the correct terminologies of it, but the point being that we are supposedly okay right now. We're alright now. Hello, Sammy, big fan. 14 yet for Valentines. Valentines on the 14th. It's 14 jobs. It's better than, I guess, doing 1 or 5. 10-ish seems to be the sweet spot for most events. 10 jobs is alright. So they won't all be done today, of course. But this is 1.58. There are many things that I immediately notice. 2 of them are currently on screen. 1 of them you can hear because the Scania's engine has changed. Sounds weird now, as if there's a delay or as if it's been recorded slightly further away, like there's a bit more reverb involved. It's strange. We're in Tromsø today. Norway. The blinker slower. Oh, I have to try so many different things. 60 streams to Olivia, big fan. Hello, Kayla, welcome in as well. So they changed the UI, which isn't too bad. It does mean that my tab list has shrunk. This is the smallest size the tab list now goes. It's manageable. That's not too bad. But the thing, so you have a thing in the bottom right and you have a thing in the bottom left now, which I will turn off, of course. I just wanted to show that it was there. There are indication icons as to what you're using. So at the moment I have a bit of an engine problem. Don't worry about that. But that light shows. Indicators and such. Lights. That's fine. Yeah, the most controversial one is that everything is now in the F1 menu. If I turn off the TMP stuff so you can see that. I can see why a lot of people dislike that. Would be nice if it was slightly less opaque. It also blurs the background a teeny tiny bit. It blurs it a little teeny tiny bit. It is clean, and it's not too bad if this were the UI from day one. Just because it's a massive change, a lot of games do this. It's in prep for console. It's not too bad. I like how things are laid out, so to speak, you know. Widget options is where it is. There's also a version of this that opens when you are driving. I believe these symbols don't show up for that. So what I will do, these are what all the options look like, is disable that, keep that. Interior infotainment is the screen itself. Don't really turn it off. And then the background opacity, that is for the map and the tachometer, if you would have that on. I'll leave that on maybe 69, funny number. Why not? It's here, Juice. 158. Finally. At the moment, no, there's no way of having the old UI. I would not be surprised if someone decides to make a mod of it to give you that. But oh well. I have to rebalance my... Do I have to redo my sound levels now? Because it sounds different now. Turbo, engine exhaust. It's like these have to be louder now. Interior maybe has to change? That's not too bad either, though. It's weird. You are able to drive. Anyone can drive. You do need the Nordic DLC, though. Very bassy. I can hear a lot of rumble. I'm just not sure. I think I can hear my rumble and collectively everyone else's rumble as well. It's interesting. Outside? That's more like it. That's not too bad. Sounds weirder from the interior cam. Is resolving the issue? What issue are they resolving? Driving on CD? No, not today. No, 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 no. We're in the Nordics today. And while we're looking at the UI stuff, one other complaint that I've seen a few say, mainly because I saw it on TikTok from whoever, that the money isn't on the screen, the fuel isn't initially on the minimap as well. Those would be useful, but how often are you looking at your money when driving? Think of it in the real world. You don't pull out your phone or your wallet every 5 seconds, do you? Do you need to see those all the time? Fuel, you would look on your dashboard to see where that is. Money, I don't know. Was it Yogs? I think it was Yogs. The concern is interesting. It isn't worth screaming over, I think. That's just my take on that. It's interesting. So when you do open that menu, you have to be very brief with it. But, by the way, that is a good point, to be honest. Where is the money on this screen? It isn't even on this screen, so where is it? Is it in the only the main menu now? Because my fuel isn't on the screen either. Menu, just the menu. There we go, I've got 3 mil, but then where do I see my fuel? My fuel is only on the tachometer thing, which would be in the bottom left. If I could have the bit below the tachometer, but not the actual tachometer, that'd be nice. I don't need it if I have my speed in several places at the same time. No, you're never going to need to use the money. You're never going to need to worry about how much money you have every 5 seconds. So, it's alright. When game sale, you can. You can buy it when there's a sale. It won't be too discounted when there's a sale, though, because the DLC is still new. Hello, Cargo, big fan. But yeah, when the tachometer is on, the chat moves up. When the tachometer is obviously not there, the chat is back where it's meant to be. That's the solution, otherwise they would literally overlap each other. Not too bad. So generally, it's interesting. You have to get used to it. Maybe this will train more people to not use the minimap if they don't want to. They don't have to. Official TB account. Yes, that is Storm doing that right now. One thing I do need to have open, which could be interesting for people to start using, is the Truckee overlay. Feel free to use that and have it... Is it going to want to overlay the game? The game's not in administrator mode at the moment. There we go. That shows my amount of fuel, my damage, my so-and-so and so, and you know. That could be a viable option for some people. You have Prime, but you can't sub with Prime. Why not? You'd click on the subscription button, and then at the bottom there's a tick box to say use Prime. You may have used it on someone else. You cannot use it on one person. Is there any other talking point I need? I'm going to cut this bit out, but, you know, they'll be spliced into a video, and then we'll do the driving bit. What else? Physics. Apparently the driving physics, or something to do with physics, has changed. There are also new components on the Scania. Not that I need to change them, but apparently that's a thing as well. There's a whole list of stuff in the changelog. Not all of it is necessary at the same time, so... Truckee will help you. Truckee's nice. Truckee's not bad. Some new parts. Well, I can't really tell. Fog lights, I guess? A slightly different fog light component? Has the logo always been glowy like that? That's a new thing, is it? That's not bad. Is that to lead into the eventual expansion of them adding the old school style tuning options? Not bad, okay, not bad. How are the stalks? Mine are fine. Input delay. Which specifically is an input delay? The indicators when turning around, or all of them? They shouldn't have an input delay. Place we got up the top. Yeah, those steps look interesting. Is there a light there, or is that just a reflection? That might just be the reflection. Not bad. Gonna drive the Buddha. I don't think we need to. I'll turn down the audio for now. Because that's... like, I can hear the difference. My fader on the mixer is all the way up, so any in-game settings shouldn't need to be tweaked. Give it on 12, that's fine. Okay. Didn't work last time. I don't know then, Otto. That's very weird. Valentine's gifts. This is the event we have to do the 14 jobs for. Nice truck. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate it. And it doesn't matter how long they have to be, right? So we can try and do 2 in 1 by going to places we don't have yet. Or rather, trying to get roads we don't have yet. What are the nearest places, though? Down to Narvik, Karuna, things like that? Those are options. You've completed it! Well, this is my first time being on this version, so I haven't played any of 1.58 until run out. We're only going to be in the Nordic DLC today, yes. Narvik. Not any there. Kiruna. There's one to Karuna. From the marina, which is where we were finishing last time. You're here, Dunbars. How you doing? Big fan.
v1.58 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 v1.58. Question, is v1.58 out?
Not yet. Hopefully it's coming soon. Thank you for the 1.59 months. Rowan, I appreciate that. 3 stream streak. Big fan for that as well. Do you see what I did there? You have it? Anyone else have this type of job? If we were doing the event, why not? 159. Maybe someday. Don't know. Mid 2026. Give it a couple of months. Surely, yeah. I think this version is probably the first one. I can't think of any others where there's been such a controversial feature being added. I'm pretty sure this UI is the only one. Because the last UI update, where it flattened everything so it isn't so glowy and 3D, and this menu doesn't lag when you scroll through it, that was a nice change. It kind of flattened it. That was nice. Take it. How much does the DLC cost? I do not know off by heart how much it costs right now. Now, cargo is ready to be loaded. They have new tutorial tips. I have found the feature where it turns off the related ones to your driving style, aka move forward to drive. Press enter to do this. I don't need that. But for new players, it's a nice feature because it has different tiers of what they are. One's in red, one's in orange, one's in blue. Not too bad. Oh, it has the thing at the bottom of the minimap. Okay. Take me 3 minutes or 1 kilometer to get there, and it shows the real-time left. And for the stream layer, Drew is over the top of it. But, you know, that's fine. The engine is... yeah. Do you think I might have to put the old Scania rumbly sound? They haven't changed the old Scania sound, right? Hopefully not. Surely not, right? Only gives you 1 if you have the student 6-month trial. Really? Why wouldn't they give you 6 months worth? That's too much, I suppose. But I suppose that makes sense. Because they don't want you to have too much. Lights! I thought the lights were on. They are on. I'll have to say I'm not a fan of that engine sound either. That's a bit strange. The rumble is there, but I can't hear much else. I know I could just turn it up, but you know what I mean? Not too much of a fan of that. It sounds too weak. Now, that's weird. Again, you'll eventually get used to it to the point where you don't even remember what the old one sounded like, but... Brayden's always in the way. Of course, he's always in the way, isn't he? Dunk. I don't mind them being there. I suppose they move those messages from being on top of the minimap I just don't like persistent messages. It looks so loose. I can move it with one finger. I don't want... Right, by the way, just as a disclaimer, I will not be turning up the feedback too much because it shakes the desk already. Zooming into either of the cameras, it already shakes a little bit. Not too much. You won't really notice it, but I don't want it up too much. The centering could go up a bit more. I don't want it to be massively shaky. I just don't like that. It is there. It just may not go up too much more than it already is. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not much needs... No, nothing really needs tweaking from that, Matt. Put it on max. Now, it actually gives you a warning if you put the number over a certain amount, because it could cause wear and tear and damage. Big 9, Aaron. Big 9, appreciate that. Banned but making a collision due to lag is appealable. You can appeal it regardless. An appeal is just a request. If you have your own POV, that's even better. Very nice. Are we ready to go? Hope so. I don't know how many of us are here, but you know. Kerr? Oh, that's the SQC one. I like that. What's up, Kerr? What's up? The initial, I guess, the revving of it isn't too bad. It's just... After a little while... It sounds like they recorded it only from the outside. Or it's like my window is open. Like there's a 3D element to it. Which I guess there should be, because, you know, 3D sound. But, you know what I mean? It sounds distant. Other than that, I get used to things like this. It also sounds like I'm in way too high revs when I'm not really in way too high revs. One other thing I've just noticed it doesn't show what gear I'm in on the map screen. Has the speed, doesn't show what gear I'm in. The gear would be shown on my dash, I guess. Or on the trucky thing. If I had it enabled. I don't have it enabled on the trucky thing. So technically I wouldn't have any idea. They're going very quick. Any idea. And they crashed. What? Nice. Brayden, are you okay? Would I have any idea what gear I'm in? Did you see how quick they were going? Record it, Brayden. It just sounds... Is this going to be the entire stream? Me complaining about the sound? Probably. Sadness? Not now. You survived. Good. Hopefully the job isn't too damaged. So now while we're in motion, is it F1 again to bring up everything? Or is it the equivalent of a different... Like the... You can't press F6 or F7 anymore. Is it just F1 now? While moving. Easy to tip over. Yeah, they changed, I guess, some sort of balance thing with the physics. Oh, that's cool. That shows the... Did that show a +1 for that? Plus whatever? I think it did. I wanted to test that. Yeah, just test that. Here's a straighter bit of road. Ah... Okay, shows the job, damage, things like that, but you can see how, ironically, you can't really see through it. Those messages. I need to add that to the filter of things. I need to add that. That's a kick message right there. Check the media after drive? I will. I will. Unless, Gez, delete that. Go delete that. Go ban it. I could be there. That's more like it. Because I technically was doing that in third. Not that I would know, because I'm used to looking and seeing what gear I'm in. $80. There we go. You banned the ETS meter? No, you banned the message that's in the kick chat. And then I'll need to add that to the blacklist, because the website is the same. And when you're coasting, can't hear it too much. Again, it does sound like the window is open. It's interesting. At low revs, low speeds when revving, that's not too bad. Has the growliness to it. Maybe I'd need to balance the sound sliders, but when you reach a certain speed, not sure. I can feel, I don't know if it's the placebo effect that people call it, if it is that, where when you know there's been a particular change or something, you think you notice it more. So maybe I can feel it leaning more. Could just be me, I'm not sure. Viewpoint could do that. But my eyes naturally look at the top of the minimap now. I suppose the only thing that would balance out this change is if the dash of the Scania, the text were larger. If the text was larger, I think a lot more things would stand out. Either that or I'd need to be on a different screen to what I'm on right now. Hello Lenny, how you doing? Screaming. Hope all is well. Big fan. There's more low RPM. I can feel the wheel shaking now. Maybe? Is it nice? Maybe it shows the scenery? Who knows? You probably get some nice views of the valley, perhaps. I also, I'm going to say it quietly so the game doesn't notice. My frames aren't too bad at the moment. Normally in this DLC I'd be at, what, 30, 40? I'm at 60 right now, which is my limit. Not bad. Was there any FPS improvement, performance, perhaps? Hope you're doing well, Lenny. Welcome in. Don't scream. Being so loud. Forty, you're welcome. You okay? I'm glad. I'm glad. The lean. Maybe it's just my driving, hey? How much of this would boil down to my driving rather than the game doing this and this and this? Who knows? Fuel station will eventually need. Hello, Turo, welcome in. How you doing, man? 100% my fault. Understandable. Imagine doing a challenge where you turn off the on-screen GPS. Gotta slow back down again. I'll gently slow down because you're behind me. 82, 81, 80, there we go. What's new in the update? The main change is the UI. You now have a different minimap. Not necessarily different, but it's smaller, more of a square. Your speed and other parameters are on a different part of the screen. Pressing F1 brings up everything instead of F6, F7 and so on. Hi, yes, that showed up in the event thing. So it must have fixed that. The Scania's engine is different. Something changed in the physics. Some components changed on some vehicles. Apparently one of the other vehicles got an 8x4 or a 6x4 variant. I saw someone in the comments mention that. You need to look at it fully. But the main thing that people are going over is indeed the UI. Because it's the most noticeable change. But right now, we checked all that at the beginning of the stream. Right now we're doing the Valentines event, where you have to do 14 jobs of Valentine's gifts to anywhere. I have my hanging heart right there. very nice. Volvo engine has changed as well. Does it sound hissy like this one does? There's not much grrr in this anymore. Apart from there. It is a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Maybe I need to watch... You know those POV videos of people doing actual truck driving, playing ETS3? I need to watch more videos of those with headphones on, and I need to hear if the sound is like this. If it is, then I won't complain, because then that's realistic. Maybe it actually is. And I just haven't seen many of those before. Who knows? There we go, I'm using cruise control to slow down around these turns. Saves braking and then setting it again. I turned back on the setting of... I'm not doing that challenge, by the way, is what we did. The challenge was okay, I'll do it another time. Again, maybe when we're in more of an actual city, which has more lights and more things to be fined for. It sounds better, has a bit of a whistle to it. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if this one is better. I know I'm used to the other one, maybe I just need to get used to this one more. I don't really mind because most of the time, let's be honest, in a realistic scenario, which isn't, but for me, most of the time, when we're driving, I'm yapping over the top of it, and I can hear music. Is it really that, like, in my ears, you know? There's a reason all the game sounds are slightly lower than everything else. I'm supposed to be the loudest sound on the stream and in the recording. I can turn it up if I want. So that's not too bad. That's okay. I am curious though about the old Scania. If anyone has the old Scania, can they check what the engine sounds like? Map changes? No. Some people thought that the Benelux would be in this version, but no, it's not. So you'll still have to wait for that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's any other tweaks map-wise that they've added. There's a handful of other things they've shown. Hello, Church, you're welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Only the next gen has this weird sound. Interesting. That's bouncy physics there. Interesting. Is it just you? No, it's not just you. No. Only coach stations. Oh, more of them being added. Oh, okay. Do you know any specific cities? This sound, I'm not a certified hater of many things, but this sound I'm not a fan of. It's odd to me, I think. But yeah, now I definitely have to pay attention as to what gear I'm actually in. Because it doesn't show it. Again, there has also already, I've mentioned it in the Discord, there has already been a mod that someone made where they combine both elements from the left and the right and they smush it underneath the minimap. Interesting idea where it has all the symbols there. Total of £3 paid. I wouldn't mind that sort of thing, that's not too bad. Or, as I said earlier, where if it were to have all the symbols, including fuel amount, indicators and so on, without the speed dial on top of it. But again, Truckee can do that as well, so that might be a selling point of Truckee there. If you want to use Truckee overlay instead of the in-game features, then you probably can. Oos!
My ballage.
Which one? But thank you for the 72. I appreciate that. Have a flower. Big fan. One of them. Do you not know which one? Or an NDA or something? You can't tell me which one? Finally got your desk mat. Now you can play with the wheel. Good luck. Good luck. No? Oh. Well, okay then. Is the change to the physics most noticeable when you're on the dirt road? Because I believe when they showed the preview material for what's coming in the version, they showed a truck going over terrain bumpy bits, which I suppose makes sense if they're showing that all the wheels now move independently and so on. This is nice, yes. And it's 5 in the morning. Holy moly. Another viewpoint. Is it on this side? If it is, I might stop at it. It is not. That's annoying. It's right there. If we were to come back down this way, because I need that rest area as well, you feel free to go and get that if you want. Oh, there has also been the... What's the setting? For keyboard users and other things, there's now more of a gradual acceleration to it. So you're not immediately going vroom everywhere, it kind of eases into it, something like that. Because keyboards are either on or off, which makes sense. I wonder if that would work better if you have what's called the wooting keyboard, which is the one which apparently is an analog keyboard, where no matter how much you press it down, it actually changes it. No, the top right UI is from Truckee. Truckee is an external app that you can download and it shows all your stats. The bottom right is the new UI from the update. Mew. Did that sounded like a car went by? I didn't hear any rumble in that at all. Have all the engines changed? Maybe all the more modern ones? Steering is different. Initial steering is very responsive, but you start to understeer, you really start to understeer, and you end up in a ditch. Oh. Yeah, when you double press W, yes. That's a cool idea. Interesting. Where you headed? This is to Kiruna next. We are 30-ish kilometers away. I'm reading the minutes thing. 30 kilometers away. Not bad. And you see, with some people, it doesn't take too long to get used to something. Ignoring the fact that I'm looking at the wrong part of the minimap to check the distance left, I'm basically used to it. It's not too bad. As long as I have a minimap that has some information on it, then not too bad. Which sounds do you have in TMP? I think I have custom. I have to double check that. But I'm questioning the next gen Scania sound. I was wondering about the older Scania sound, and apparently from whoever said it in the chat that only the next gen now sounds like this. We're arriving. We're here. Outskirts of the city, it looks like. Sounds nice. That's why I'm tempting to put back that engine in this one, because I had that in my other Scania, and when this one came out, the engine for it sounded pretty good, so I went with the stock engine. Have to crank up the sound. Yeah, I turned up the sound initially on this, the sliders. This sounds nice when I'm at low speeds. I can feel more of the rumble. Even though it does sound like it's still outside the cab. A bit more of a brum. But when you're at a certain speed, there isn't really much else. But again, if that's realistic, then so be it. Detach wheel redeem? Well, that's only at the end. Why would I be doing that now? Resolve the next hotfix. What will be resolved in the next hotfix? For the engine? This engine thing? Indeed, the update is out, yes. Yeah, oh, okay. What will change, though? The weird echoey impression of the engine? Or... wasn't like that in the beta? Oh, really? Interesting. I mean, actually, from remembering Kayla's video, Kayla did a little video showing what the Scania sounds like, and that didn't sound too bad from what I remember. That wasn't too bad. Echo fixed. Okay. I don't want to have the windows open. You know how cold it is up here? Hell no. Oh, that turns blue now. to completely show what it is. It only used to show blue for the bit that you earned. 1 out of 14. Where are we driving? This is now in Kiruna. Kiruna in Sweden. With the aims of going down this way, I want to get all of this. Maybe not all of it today, but I want to get all that eventually. Check sound setting. Yes. It's on custom. Should I change it to the other one? Is yours on custom as well? Is that why? Simon! So. Northern's really pretty. This is why I said this is one of my favourites now. Can I actually have a look at this trailer like close up? That's quite nice. Nothing too extreme going on. It's just a nice design of the hearts and the flowers. I'm not sure what exactly those flowers are. Anyone know what those flowers are? Nice trees. Are they cherry blossoms? Is that what it is? The ones that you find quite a bit in Japan and other places? Cherry tree? Cherry tree? You have it on game traffic because custom is slightly bugged. The bull bar, that is from the Shock pack. HS Shock accessory pack. They have custom bars like that for every truck. It is paintable, so it uses my primary paint color. Hello Ismail, welcome in. Welcome in. How much fuel do I have? Good question. 3,000 kilometers worth of fuel. Because Truckee shows it. My in-game does not show that. So genuinely, if you have the thing on the left off, there is no other way of checking how much fuel you have, other than looking inside your cabin. Can I just... Which was it? I don't know what key it was that I actually had. That's to pause it. I don't actually have the button assigned for the all Toby stuff. Because I want to look down. What the heck button did I use before? Enable head tracking, enable apply extended preset, which I called position and roll. I want to set that to that one. Is that now going to work? Oh, yes it is, but that is very weird of an angle. Which one would be fuel then? Yeah. None of that is really relevant, is it? This is weird. There we go. Engine fault? Yes. It's this screen, which shows my 3077. I don't know what the 67 I think is AdBlue. Oh, it's the number, isn't it? AdBlue percent. 55% worth of fuel left. But from here, I cannot see that. No, it would be in the bottom left, but I don't want that on. I don't want the tachometer thingy on. One other thing you could do is, I don't know if you can do indicators on. That's all the indicators. You have to have this on to show the bits below it. But I don't want that. I don't want that. So you have to... Gross. It's just a bit weird. But yeah, this screen, I cannot see what that number is from here. I know my eyes aren't perfect, but I cannot see that. The text is too small. On the older Scania, it's far larger than that. Now, what I also don't have is the reset button to go back. That's funny. The one that I changed was to enable it, and I didn't set it back to what regular would be. Regular is this one. So if that's... Hang on, if I do that as that, that has that. And then interior zoom cam, I think I changed to something else. Interior zoom interior camera can be the one in the middle. There we go. So I have this, that resets it, that enables it, and that's zoom. Cool. But yes, we're still in Nordic, yes. Ismail, thank you for the follow. Big fan. I appreciate that. Hold on a minute, let me go and... Whoa! Spinny camera. Lovely pillow, it is the, yeah, the relationship status one. Okay, next up. We need to go further down, so Arvid, ideally? Of course there aren't any to Arvid. Of course there aren't any, not going the way I want to. How about Lulea? We've been past Lulea. I don't think I've been to it yet. Lol. Nothing, of course. Really, bruh? What the hell are these? What? That just goes back across. I don't want that. I don't want that. Nothing in Norway or Sweden. It's just Finland and Estonia. What's up with that? Every time these events are slightly broken. You paid them? Of course you did. Of course you did. Well, we might have to do the Rovaniemi one then. Yeah, got that. Maybe after that, then we can go back across and down. Hopefully. If I actually find one. I did have to move the minimap, not the minimap, the tab list slightly further down, so now it doesn't actually cover the middle of the screen with the job list anymore. That's a slight bonus, I guess. So heavy, 24 tons, that's the standard highest for box trailers. It's always 24. How can you move the 50... 400 kilometers of free driving? The XP, you cannot remove that, sadly. You cannot turn off that warning, or not warning, that message. The easy way to do that is to minimize how much free driving you do. Free roam. Take a job somewhere. And that way it will give you the XP for the job, not for the free roaming. There's a lot of gifts. There is a lot. Take it. I have just noticed, in the edit, I'll bring it back up on the screen fully, the message that tells you to go and pick up the trailer, you notice how it kind of brings it down to the next line when it doesn't need to? It says, proceed to the loading area. That could be all on the same line. That's a bit strange. Why does it do that? Why not on TikTok? Because I need to show the entire screen because we're showing off what's in the update, and TikTok cannot see the furthest left or right of my screen. So it wouldn't be very useful for them, I think. And because I'll have so many people coming in the stream asking, are we on 158? No, the network issues were yesterday. Assuming network is fine, which at the moment it is, we're on everything else today. So just not TikTok today. My favourite chatters are, they always know exactly the questions to ask, don't they? Like, when's 158? Photo trophy? What is that? Because we've been here before. Ah. Whatever that is. Mid 2026, maybe. We'll have to see about that, perhaps. But yeah, well, I mean, we're not in spring yet. Give it maybe another 2 months minimum, and you might see the beta for the next one. Depends on how much they've got planned and ready to go. Secret Road. Don't worry about Secret Roads. I'll do those another time. You saw a video? Yeah, the speculative videos. Take those with a pinch of salt. Just be cautious, though. 24th. What day is the 24th? Why? Tuesday. Probably. What's going on? Is that your birthday or something? What's going on? Oh, who sees you? Hello. Yep. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, probably. Stephen, you're leaving us. Don't leave us, Stephen. I don't like when we all gather around the exit here. Please be careful. But we can get started. Oh, it's only Independence Day. Oh, I see. Slow down, mate. Slow down. They have to be careful. It's not in the way of it, is it? No. Me pointing to see if my finger reaches where the mic is on the wheel cam. And it seems to be alright. Almost slipped. Yeah, be careful around some of the corners. Sometimes it feels like, I don't know if it's to do with Oos's oversteer, understeer comment, how it doesn't immediately follow the corner. Again, this could just be a little weird placebo thingy I'm feeling. I'm not sure. Oh, could go around this way. I'm going to go around this way. Because that roundabout links back up. Because I need that road. And it means going past the photo trophy, which I can't take a photo of. We are doing the Valentines event, yes. This is job 2. Oh, there was a bit of a lean there. That was strange. That building is... I thought it would be that white one, but no, it seems to be it's... that one there. Could be a theatre of some sort. I passed the secret. I'm not intending on going through the secret today. That'll be another time. But I suppose it goes round the back, doesn't it? How do you find it? It's very nice. That is the Moza wheel, yes. Clock tower. Yeah. Oh, hello, Ariel. How are you doing? Yeah, I've gotten used to the Moza. Again, the force feedback isn't up too much. I'm not going to be turning up too much more because I don't want too much shaking. If it was on its own stand, it wouldn't be shaking much. But because it's on the desk, got to be careful of how much it shakes. So, I could up the centering a little bit more. But for me, there's the settings I'm comfortable with to maintain control of the vehicle. Yeah, it's probably the clock tower and that other building combined, unless it is just the clock tower. Can it even reach 80? No, it can. Debating on getting it yourself. Well, it is a bit costly, so keep that in mind. G920 is pretty good. Don't replace it unless you need to, though. Got a fine? I turned it off for now. I'm not bothering. Hello, God to Gamers. How you doing? .200 kilometers on the job. Again, I'm looking at the top where the time would be. That's just a thing I have to get used to. You know when you move things around, like in a set of drawers in the kitchen or something, I don't know, and you just constantly go back to the old one? Yeah, it's just like that. You're used to what it was before. Engine braking. I have the thingy on the engine itself, so when slowing down, it does automatically start using that. I don't have a button for engine braking by itself, though. Hello, Juice. What's going on? How you doing? Slow back down to 80. 80 is important. Yes, you can use the Snowy Moon thingy on TMP, yes. Think of it as an overlay rather than a mod, so to speak. It's just a graphical overlay, like Reshade. Reshade also works, so Snowy Moon's thingy should work. I think quite a lot of people use it. Sign of ETS3? No. There's no need. There's no need for that. I've seen some comments where people say, oh, why don't they just take all the improvements they're doing now and put it in a new game? But why would you do that? Put it in the current game. In an age of so many sequels, what's the point in another sequel? The game is so iconic as ETS2. Keep it as ETS2. Can I drive to Greece? Not today, Pavlos. Not today. Welcome in. We are very, very far away from Greece right now. Greece is broken. How? PTS2. How's it worked? I haven't used it in a long time. Grease DLC is good though. Hello Joe, welcome in. This is nice. Again, I don't want to jinx it, but potentially FPS improvements, but I don't know what changed. It didn't improve my game not opening in single player though. I tried that earlier. Sure enough, it still closed after a few minutes. So I thought 1.58 would fix that. Just maybe it would, I don't know. Error after error. Oh, is it a particular preset you're using? Because there's a lot of Reshade presets. You like the new UI? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's strange that certain elements aren't in the right place. Like, the main problem I've noticed if I were that bothered by it would be, assuming you don't look at the trucky thing in the top right, fuel. My dashboard in the middle has the fuel setting run out, so I would be able to see how much fuel I have left. However, that number is so tiny I can't read it. The only other way of seeing the fuel is if the speedo thingy is on the left hand side, because it's attached to that. But I don't want that on, because it looks weird. Slip? Did someone fall over? Oh no. That is one of the only annoyances I found so far, because it is not in this menu. Does Votomi? I think I've seen some of Votomi's videos. I don't know if that's how you say their name. They are sort of taking on the slightly speculative side of things now. They're thinking of, oh, this could happen, this is coming. It's kind of like AP's videos in some way. So, just be cautious. I mean, you can make the game look like what you think ETS 3 would look like if you use the graphics mod, the Snowy Moon mod, and a bunch of other things. It looks really good. It's like how people make GTA 5 look like GTA 6, but it's still GTA 5. That sort of thing. Yeah, I've heard of a few things in their videos. I think the only ones I recall seeing of theirs are where they've like recommended some mods, like top 5 mods for this sort of thing. Not that I would use the mods, I'm just curious. Because I think Toast used to do those as well. Haven't seen Toast videos in a while. DLSS, FSR? Maybe. I think those will be coming with... Hello, VTC chat. DirectX 12. They want to work on DirectX 12. Hello, State. I've had it for a month, State. You're not a regular viewer of the channel anymore, are you? But yes, we got the Moza. Been using it for a little while now. I like it. with the stalks as well. This is, as you can see here. Not that I have this one on this inner stalk set up on anything. That would be for wiper intensity, I guess. No, I know, right? How you doing? Big fan. We're just adapting to the new version of the game. Different UI, different Scania sound. Things like that. Valentines jobs. If there was a setting to change it, yeah, speaking of settings where you can change it, if anyone here plays City Skylines, apparently the developers of the game had swapped to a different company because one of them just quit. And they released their first patch of a few tweaks and things. And they changed the UI slightly, but they added a button if you want to use the previous UI. Be nice if SES did that. Because it's catering for consoles, which is good. But then if I'm not playing the console version, do I need the UI for the console version? No, not really. I think if they added that toggle, sure, it means you've got to maintain two UIs. But they've managed that on... What's wrong with that? I think that'd be nice. Then people wouldn't complain as much. Keep this new stuff for the console version, or if it's people's preference, and the original one, which wasn't too bad, keep to the what it was before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I believe the old one wasn't broken. Not really. But what I'll have to do when splicing bits of this video together is take the previous driving stream, which would I guess been on Tuesday, and splice next to each other, so you've got old one and new one. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Hello Jeff, welcome in. Hope you're well. Meow. 30 to go. Not too bad. Trying to ignore the in-game time left and only look at the distance left. Let's get London in here. That would be my feedback. That would be my feedback. I don't mind about what things are missing from the actual UI thing. I just rather it would be nice if there was a toggle for preference. Console mods. We're not too sure about how console mods will be. What they want to do is maybe similar to how Farm Sim does it. Well, apparently on Farm Sim you can use mods, but there's a kind of store for mods where you can download them from, so it could be from that. So it wouldn't be Steam, so to speak. No, it wouldn't be to bring him here, it'd be to mention that. You want to paint what? You want the paint job pack, Chris? Well done. Very nice. You may ask a question, yes. Go ahead. See, being in such a high gear at such a low speed, there's a lot of rumble there. And I like the sound of that. But I don't know if the engine behind me is the one that I can hear. Because why the hell, if it is, can I hear it more than my own engine? Speed of it? Like, is that yours? It's the Merc, so that would line up. I'm pretty sure I can hear the Merc more than I can hear my own vehicle. And my windows aren't even open. Likes the rumble? Oh, yeah. Oh, that needs to be a quote. That's good. That's funny. Look at that guy. You spelled it wrong. You can hear me? I can hear something. Like when you're putting your foot down, I don't know if that's as if I'm hearing two engines at once or if I'm hearing yours as well as mine, accelerating behind me. I'm not sure about that. Hello, Red Caliber, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Hello, Cobra as well. And here we are. Where is it going to make me park this time? Not in that gap, at least. All the way around the corner over here. My eye on you, sunshine. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Let me just do the old spin around this way instead. Hello, Andy. Appreciate the moist. Hold on a minute. Whoa, overdone that. Line that up like that. I need to listen to Oos's, because he's using the old Scania. I need to listen to his clearly. Oh, I'm nowhere near it. Because my wheel was still 2 rotations and I thought I had centered it, but I'd only centered it by 1, not by both. It's nice to know the world sounds are still broken. You can hear that. I can hear so much hissing of other people's engines now. What's that? Difference between Nordic and Scandinavia? Yes, hold on a moment. Just generally on the map? All of this is Nordic. And then up to here is Scandinavia and Baltic DLC. So anything above that is Nordic Horizons. Pretty damn good, huh? And we're in Finland right now. Just about over there. Yeah, there's really not much to it. It shows how this is probably the biggest DLC now. Why is everything so loud suddenly? What the hell? Is there coconuts? No, there's not. No, there's not, sadly. It's still only in promos. Probably a good thing. Imagine doing a trip from Calais to Kirkenes. You feel more peaceful. Not bad. Where is... That's normal. Oos, can you do a bit of... Yeah, that hasn't changed. Good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. They haven't massacred my boy. How would you react to bringing new off-road routes to ETS2? It would be nice seeing more challenging roads in that regard. There are a handful of them throughout the map. It would be nice to see more dedicated ones. Because... surely you'd think they'd do that. Now that they've given you the training through Driving Academy, they feel that you're ready for it on the main map as well, right? Rev is higher. That's... tell me that sounds broken, because how can I hear your engine from this high up? I can still hear it. So that definitely needs fixing. I can still hear that. About here, very, very quiet now. But that should not be that loud. I don't think my game is paused either. Because the trees are still moving. So. Hello, Killer, welcome in. Delphin, welcome in. Big fan. I'm gonna not disappear because you've just joined, but I do need to BRB because I'm in the toilet. So you can watch them spinning around in circles through the blurry. But yeah, that should not be that loud from this high up in the sky. Very strange. BRB. In the club. 24 months, welcome back. 2 years. Not even here. What the hell do you mean? You're not even here. Hope you're doing well, big fan. Yeah, everything's loud now. I don't like it. It's so loud. Oh, good spin. Now, hopefully, can we go Arvid, Skelly, anything like that? Would be nice. From here, which we are barely in the city of. Arvid, no. Skelly, no. That one's a bit long of a job there. Possibly. I don't mind the new UI. The main thing I've noticed, which I commented on just before you joined, is that the fuel is only on the portion on the left-hand side of the screen. So if I have that off, I have no way of seeing how much fuel, other than my own truck's dash, but then that's too small of a screen anyway. You think it'd be kind of useful, right? Where are we going? I haven't chosen yet. Either one of these, I'm thinking we could just do Ulu. Delete the UI. It would be nice to have a toggle. That's my main comment as well. Yeah, I use Truckee as well. That's my alternate solution. But a lot of people don't use it, and some people don't want to use it. You shouldn't have to use a third-party fix for something. You found a mod? Is it the mod that combines all of it so it's all on the minimap side? Smushes it all over? I've seen a few like that. Maybe it's only a matter of time before someone makes a mod of the old UI, if that's even possible. But yeah, so on Truckee I can see all that kind of stuff. I also can't see what gear I'm in, because that would show there. I can see that on the Truckee menu if I were to load that up. This one. Yes, I think this was one that I saw. Yeah. That's actually exactly where I want the fuel thing, so it puts it above it where it used to be. That's exactly what I wanted, yeah. Remember you? Yes, I do, Rion. How you doing? Big fan. Take it. Play teardown? Oh, I haven't played teardown in a while. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. See, look, proceed to the loading area. What's up with that? Why is that on the next line? Bottom bar thingy? Yeah, that's fine. But it seems like it's a bit of a wasted screen real estate if the time is the only thing that's at the top. You can smush that over. That's chalky. Head eye tracking is Toby, the Toby eye tracker. Dude, come on, Toby, you'll get it. Oh, it's from here. What a coinkydink of that. See, the top of the two sliders on the middle of my dash is how much fuel I have left. Without Truckee, I wouldn't have any idea that that says 2,700.
Wow.
Hi, you know, how's it going? By the way, your resub yesterday didn't show up for me. It didn't show in my event list. That's why I had no idea. Jing. No, I'm not banned on TikTok. No. I'm just not on it today. Old one was good. This one is not. It's not terrible, but it has some strange things that weren't really needed for it. So swapping it back would be nice, because if this one, as we mentioned, is catered for consoles, I'm not on console, so why would I... Do I really need it, you know? Where am I going? I'm just going around here. I don't really know where I'm going. Went through this way instead. It's this way. Yeah, the fuel is a bit of a weird one. Ruining it for console? No, not... Well... Yeah, toggle would be nice. Toggle would be nice. Sounds are a bit balked as well. Company income is gone from their advisor. Have to see the income from the menu screen. Ooh. No paysafe card? That's fine. Yeah, near the beginning, in the beginning of the stream is when I went through everything I noticed at the time. Because I had only loaded up briefly earlier today to just check a few things out. I didn't tweak many of the settings either. So this is the first use of it. I like having a kind of first impression thing being on stream. Are we ready? Is that the whole industry? That's interesting. Just in time. Damn. Very nice. Alright. Texas, you gonna take something? Oosh, you wanna take something? Or are you staying there? Up to you. Who's Justin? Your boy just in time. He's a well-known person. You ordered the G923. I hope you'll enjoy it when it arrives. The nice smell of a new piece of tech. It's completely random, I know, but I think many of us can sympathise with that. It smells nice. You think it's 158? You know, it might be. Some people may not know that. That's why I have to insure it in the title. Because some people don't know, do they? Some people can't read. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be fine for you. I just have to know which gear I've just put myself in. So, I mean, I know I'm in third right now. Easy method of, I guess, only having 6 to deal with. What day is it? Thursday? Yeah, I've gotten used to the UI. Yeah, there's still some problems with it. Sort of not really quality of life type thing, but you're a little ahead. That's good. That's fine. That's good use for the VTC chat when you're kind of out of proximity range. That's quite nice. Careful, Braden. With the new physics, you don't want to be yeeting yourself around now. Yeah, I'm used to it. It's alright. I'll manage. Give it maybe 2 weeks or so and you'll be used to it, you know. Exactly. Well, I mean, Braden is Braden, so. How do you look at truck damage? This screen. See how much of the screen that takes up? And how I can't really see what's behind it? Yeah. It's catered for single player, of course. Where you can just pause it. Holy, I know. That's interesting, isn't it? Yes, F1. F1 brings up everything. It would be nice if the opacity slider worked for that, because there is an opacity for the map and the speed thingy. That's F1. There's no F6, F7 to bring up the specific ones. It's all in F1 now. If you're moving, it shows this version, and if you're stationary, it shows the buttons at the bottom. For changing mirrors, changing whatever. So that means there's no F4 then, because it's now all in F1. That's interesting. Double pause? What about Alt F4? No, that definitely still works, but I'm not going to verify that for you. No. You need it, welcome in. Does it overlap? No, it won't do it. Look at that, you like that. How you doing, actually, big fan? Dinner time, no worries. If you're in free cam and you F1, it just pauses the game, it doesn't bring up that menu. You'd only know by seeing the scenery not shake around anymore. Hi, hope you will. Have you had foods? Should hope so. The SO message? What's wrong with it? It's UU themed. No. Why not? Web reporting. When someone streams and you clip someone reporting it, is it okay? If someone streams, like in my case, if I had something happen, someone else can stream it, clip it for me, but I have to report it because it's from my stream. It's not their content, it's mine. So someone else can clip it, but I still have to be the one to report it. Sway. Yeah, it replaces pretty much every L sound with a W. That's good. Have I tried F4 by myself? Cannot do that first, you stop your shot. Okay, so that means it does work. It does still work. Blandon, wait, while driving? No, what's wrong, Blandon? Thanks, mate. That's not today. See, I'm used to this engine sound now. I will still swap it. Imagine I do a live swap. Like, let me just quit the game and edit my engine so it sounds different. Can you imagine? What version? Might be in the title shed. Check the title. This definitely feels like 24 tons. Ignore the fact that I was still in third for that, because I don't know what gear I'm in. Refunded. Good. Good. How do you install mods? You don't install mods, any mods. There's only a few that we support, and those ones are done via files, not the Steam Workshop. Sadly. Actually, go and get food. I know you're still here. You should. Go and get food. No TikToks today. Specifically because, one, they would all be spamming about what version we're on. Because they don't read. And two, I need to show both sides of the screen, not just the middle. Because the whole point is that we're looking at the UI, aren't we? And they can't see that. Hi, Felix. Very nicely done. What do you think? What do you think of the UI, Felix? What do you think? Give me your thoughts. Did well, it was redeemed while I was driving, I think, so no, I haven't done it yet. No. You're saying the default? Well, default is having something in the bottom left as well. But for the one on the right, that is the default. You can't customize what exactly is on that. But it is basically the default. Default would be having both enabled. Talk about slowing down, need to be at 80. Fliz. Yeah, I'll definitely combine a bunch of things I've said for this into the shorts as well as the video. That can still work. No, not too much different. Okay. How about, what do you think of that menu, though? What do you think of that? I can just about see through it. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, isn't it? Hello, Shed. Can you enlarge it? What, the map? Or this? I don't want to make that any bigger. Yeah, but it's not made... This game is not made for multiplayer. In single player, you can pause and that will bring it up. We've had to adjust it to, you know... There's just so much extra... Look how much wasted space there is. Why is it full screen? There's a mod that I saw. I mentioned it. I didn't link to it earlier. Because I think it's in Chinese. Where it has all of that stuff on the screen, but without the fluff space. So it's just smushed in the corner of the screen. Like, why is there so much just extra space there? If you're stationary, it's a little bit shorter because it has a few buttons on the bottom. It's for console. Console screens are... They're not... You know those cartoon phones where each button is about, like, that big? The consoles aren't like that. They're not dumb. It doesn't really need to be that big, no. You'll understand it? No, I did translate the page to see what the person said, so... Oh, hello, State. Oh my god, he's actually playing the game. Keeping Brugen going strong, eh? TV spec. Oh, is it because you're going to be sitting so far away from it? So far away from the screen that you need to see all the things in massive text. Yeah. TMI. Too much information. Yeah, again, the icons, the way this shows it is fine. Do I need a job detail screen that is that entire left strip there? There's not that much job information to show that requires it to be the entire left side. That's not necessary. How am I gaining on you? What's going on there? Just making sure. How do you cancel your job now? Good question. Would it just be in the normal F6? Yeah, how do you do that? You have to stop your truck. So only the F1 thing appears. If you press F6, I'm assuming it'll do it properly. So when I arrive, let me check what all those buttons do. That's an interesting point. In the home page, so the main menu, the thing where it appears roughly where the cam is right now in the top left, and you can select the job and you have to press cancel from there. Oh my god. Okay, why is there no shortcut for that? Do console players not use shortcuts? What's up with that? I'm noticing more interesting things, features. I'm not rage quitting over it because it is only a game, calm down. But without the tater, nice. Interesting. 4 pages just to cancel it. Hell yeah. Well, you're not going to be doing that on MP, are you? If you were to be picky about it, you're not going to be cancelling your job while doing the job in the real world, are you? What am I going to do? Just disconnect my trailer? Just leave it there? Is it going to just vanish? Are we comparing it to the real world? Five-second delay. You're welcome. Can't blame P. It's not made for that, so we just have to have it as being a bodge job. I frog to. Oh, I didn't see that initial message. Nearly a 400 quotes. Do we have any quote anniversaries today? Any anniversaries of quotes? Alpha, thank you for the 3 stream stream. Welcome back. Hope you're well. Don't gamble that. 2021, my lord. Some of these quotes are older than I've known people, you know, older than some people's streams. Crazy. Nice. And oh, it's there, right? Arrive. People arrive. Hang on, that's every... Wait, hang on. F4, okay, that still brings up that. F5 is still that, that's fine. F6 is that. That's the options menu. Okay. And F7 is also that? Oh no, hang on, because F4 is that. F7 is that. So that's still fine. That's fine. F5 while moving? No, you can't do F4 while moving. Did I try F7? I don't think I tried F7. F6 though now brings up this. It doesn't bring up the cancel the job thing, because the cancel the job thing would be that. Behind the chat. That's where you'd cancel it. You would click on this, and then you'd cancel or suspend or whatever on there. Or moving. No, this is what it shows when it's stationary. So now you can see the things at the bottom, which also take up way more space than they need to. Quite a lot of fluff there. I like the local regulations thing it shows. Sure, that's fine, but... yeah, moving and stationary. The moving one doesn't show those 4 buttons at the bottom. Controls. Yes, that shows you what all the controls do. Just a summary of what you have set. So, it just controls. That's what it is. The default standard controls. Most of the quick ones will be there. Right. I don't know where the parking bay is. Oh, it's there, right? Didn't want to confuse myself there. Can definitely say I'm getting used to this, though.
Good evening. I have a question. I recently reported someone through the website, and because I reported him, this guy more or less threatened me via direct message on Discord, saying something would happen to me or my accounts. And all this just because he's now banned for 7 days. What can I do about this?
Okay, that is very interesting. Yeah, you can just block them. Anything that happens outside of TMP is said as being like within your control. Look at that. So nothing will actually happen. It's an open-ended threat. If they're going to DDoS you, that's illegal or something. They don't have any information to go by. So just block them on there. They're just upset and salty. Like how if you have a YouTube video and someone is going off in the comments of the YouTube video, just turn off the comments. You don't need them. That sort of thing. It's not saying that you should just completely forget what they're saying, but, you know, prevent them from interacting with you. Just crashed? People have been saying that there are random crashes now. ATS achievements. I still have some ATS achievements. What are the ones I don't have? I think the only ones I don't have are Driving Academy ones. 101 out of 106. No, there are more. Oh, there are Nordic ones. Cutscenes. Ivalo Karuna Svolir. And then Salmon. Those are other ones I have to do. Cool. Over 100, very nice. Our games are getting big now. Did I check Driving Academy? Yeah, it still crashes. Still does it. Checked it earlier. Open for about 2 or 3 minutes, closes. Very weird. I might send them another email being like, hey, I'm in 1.58 now. And, you know, yes, I had actually reinstalled it as well. Yep. I have a backup of the folders still on my other drive. That didn't do anything. Nice. I know, right? One thing I do wonder is if it was... who in the Discord earlier, one other person had the same problem I have, and SCS told them it's one thing they needed to fix. But mine isn't that. Theirs was the Asus Aura. It's the CF whatever, but ass. That's what I just typed. It's either... Let me go into my... Can I open it while I'm in game? AS. I want to type Asus, you know what I mean? I have it open there. Documents, the game, and it's in the config file. I know I can't edit it while I'm in. Asus. Mine is set to 1. Razer Chroma is also set to 1. I don't use either of those softwares. Can I even overwrite it when I'm in game? There's a crash. I have it on the main menu enabled. So I open the game and I just leave it on the menu and it still closes. Regardless of whether I press continue, drive, anything like that, Driving Academy, it still doesn't. Any instance of single player. So I would wonder how many of these settings I can change back to 0, because they're just not necessary for me. They are the Aura one and the Chroma one. Hello, Foki. Did you redeem that just now, or is there a delay on that? No, that was just now. Okay. That's up to date then. 0, 0. Save. Not that it's going to do anything now. Yeah, turn off the Aura, and I don't have Razer Chroma either. Where's your big truck at? My one's down here, mate. Just down here. Just now, okay. Both are currently set to 1 because 1 is default. Now, why is it pink? The trailer is pink. These are Valentine's jobs juice. They're full of, you know those assorted chocolates in the heart-shaped box? There's probably loads of those in there. Would you like one? How sweet, I know. 273k. 4,000 kilometers, that one. All the way down to Spain. Not even the bottom of the map. That's a lot. Gonna expire? It'll probably be warm. You ever had warm, soggy chocolate where it dissolves into the packaging it's already in? Back up to... These jobs are just... Just not good jobs. They're not good jobs, man. When I say good, I mean like 200, 300, maybe. Really, is that the smallest job you're going to give me? I want to go back to Rovaniemi? Might have to, though. McKelly is not as bad. Who has that one, then? Highest payout. You know how long that one would take me? Longer than the stream entirely on that one job. 2 or 3 hours real time. That very long job would take. What is in-game time? Hang on, did he actually say it? It's not on the screen now. Yeah, in-game time, I think 10 seconds in game is a minute or something. 4 days IRL. It will take you a very long time IRL, yeah. The time is quicker in game. Yes. 2 times longer. Because there's a time skip. Got it. Good. Other way around. So single player is... yeah, okay. Proceed to the loading area. I'm going to point that out every time. Because why is that on the next line down? That doesn't need to be on the next line down. Why is that there? 10 seconds is 1 minute. 20 seconds is 1 minute in TMP. Ooh. Well, there we go. Now you know. We'll go all the way to the container port to pick up Valentine's gift. I guess they just come over via boat, maybe. The intern. No, I think SES is not one of those companies where I'd like mock them for making a bad choice. Like, you are terrible for doing this. I know some people have already said that, and they are very stupid. Didn't mean to swerve. Careful. But... yeah, it is interesting. They haven't really done many dodgy features before. This is a questionable one. I mean, I get why. Question it, for sure. What is the longest job? Longest one possible, if you were to generate one, would be from the very top of the Nordic DLC, so the Honning's place, all the way down to the very bottom of Spain or Portugal. Would be a good one. Or from the top place again, all the way down to sort of Istanbul in Turkey. So either down and to that way. Actually, no, down to one of the islands on Greece is probably even further down than that. And if the job I looked at was 4,000 kilometers, you're looking at maybe 5,000 for the potential longest. And then if you include mods, Cyborg, Pharaoh to Viborg. That's also quite long. Yeah, I think Pharaoh is a good one that gets mentioned a lot. Do you see the lever there? Not lever, the slider there that's going to vroom every time I'm revving? because it's trying to keep me at this speed. 5,600? Damn. It'd be a convoy, yes. It'd be a very long convoy. What I say? You didn't say anything. What do you mean what I say? Pip! For 20 biddies! How you doing? Big fan. You inspired me, you got the stalks? Starbuck, welcome man, how you doing? The TSW and the stalks. Did you use my little code name thingy? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Second crash. That does remind me though, I wonder if I could do more of the Driving Academy ones in ATS, because ATS doesn't randomly close. ETS is the one that does randomly close. Vanish. You can still see it in Chatterino, you know. It's just darker. Local retailer. Oh, that's fine. Good value, I assume. Because the stalks aren't included in the bundle. Would be nice if they were, but they're not. Did you already have the base then, or are you saying that you got the bundle as well? The base. How they appear bold? I have a changed font for that. There is a folder deep somewhere in TMP's folders where you can change a few elements for it. It also changes the color of some of the UI. The only one left being the admin panel. But if you want the same one, it should still work. If you go in the Discord server and in the chat channel, there's a pinned message which has a zip. It's not a virus, I promise. In that zip, it has the exact font and where to put it. It's the app data, I think, somewhere. So now it's gone, yeah, because the mod isn't supported, yes. The winter mod is not on 1.58 at the moment. I like that. See, it says +1, then it shows the new number. That's quite nice. So you've got the hints at the top, you've got warnings, you've got anything that is in orange as well is a potential warning. I am so used to the bold font that on ATS it looks a bit strange because I don't use it on there. I've been meaning to add it back there, but I don't. I don't have it on it. Sadly. Like the killer where he's made himself pink as well. Yeah, so the other thing to notice generally, I'm realizing there's more now. I can hear far more of everyone else's sounds, even with my windows closed. Lots of engine sounds around me, that kind of thing. Especially if someone has a hissy, high-pitched sounding engine. That sounds a bit weird. Which is why I said I could hear from the one that was driving behind me more than I could hear myself. Let me, hold on a minute. Ambient sounds, do I need to turn that down? Yeah, I think it was Junior at the time. He was in the Merc and I could hear the screaming of the Merc. It was just weird. Storm was drowned out. I don't like having really loud game sounds regardless of what the game is. I don't like that. If I have to raise my voice to be over the sound, then it's too loud. Yes, only we can see the speed thing. Would be nice, but no. The Valentine's nice. I like that. You got the cherry blossom kind of branches. Nothing too extreme going on, but it's a nice, almost like a mural of some sort. I like that little balloon there. Heart-shaped, of course. New mic is a bit quiet. Oh, we've got a new mic. What has he got? Yeah, I think after this, Storm State has reached his quota of gameplay. Yeah. Third crash. Is there anything in the logs, Joe? Is it upon you doing a particular something, or was it just the game being open? don't know where it is. Hang on. Because there's one for the old launcher and there's one for the new launcher. I don't know if it works for the new launcher, though. Pinned message. Program data, TMP data, and then you put the mod in there. Because it's ETS2_mod. It's not the normal ETS2 folder. In that folder. Does that make sense? This is just normal. Back up to where we were. These jobs aren't exactly very favourable, but oh well. Let's the zone ends in a slightly weird spot. Oh well. How many done? This is 4th one, I think. Out of 14. Got the 2 or so weeks left on it. Meant to do that. Do you see how much damage that added though? Gate there, yeah, I remember the gate, yeah, that's fine. You cut that out. Add the squishy toy sound on it instead of a crash sound. So it just squeaks against the gate, yeah. Edit to keep it in. Truck damage don't matter. However, my engine will now die out because it's over 10%. Yeah. Does this still work? They've removed my, it reset the thing. I had the zoom out of the map thing set to this. It's not bound to that anymore. I can do fix, yes. Squishy sounds on nuke explosion. That viral video of whatever that house is that explodes, either a controlled demolition or something. That one. The one I used in the Get Ready video as well, when Lizzie sneezed. Road driving 2 Rovenemi. Favorite explosion? Maybe not use that one. When do I think it's coming to Xbox? Maybe sometime this year. We don't know how far through they are with it. And we'll never know. Don't know. Hopefully sometime... What was that? Hopefully sometime soon. So that people stop complaining. Stop begging for it. They're going to complain that this UI is going to be on there as well, as if it's ever going to be any different. Yeah, it was insane to have that happen. The sheer scale of it. And it's not the first time that type of substance has gone up, either. I'm sure, because people knew of what it was. See if my engine dies now. Halifax? That one was probably even worse, wasn't it? The one with the boat. Came straight towards land. What day is it? Shed, do you know where you are right now? Put up a few fingers in front of you. How many do you see? Are you okay? Do you know where you are? 7. When do you think you can play TMP? Well, you need to do all the driving academy courses first, then I think you'll be ready for TMP. I think that's accurate, right? Yeah, Halifax was the one where the explosion, it hit another boat or something, I think. I remember seeing one of the animations about it. And then it just created a shockwave that wipes out the town that it was right next to. Crazy. Equiute. Trust. Wonder what they're doing now. The people that were from that. Chris is back here, but I wonder what the others were doing. If they're still holding on to trying to make it happen. Yeah, nothing happened because people had just run out of the the fake hype by then. Corrupt or broken mod, yet the game worked 3 hours earlier. Problem was Canada and Reformer. I don't know, maybe try for the same length of time without those mods, unless you're specifically driving in Canada. Which if you're doing achievements, you wouldn't be. Yeah, I remember seeing the stream of the HGV one. They showed that, you know, it was a bit janky, but you had a couple of trucks moving with each other. Yeah. That was nice. Keep driving too high ping. That sucks. Pings are not too bad at the moment. Finish the job for the achievement, yes. At least it doesn't cancel the job. Hopefully it won't cancel the job. $170 to go. Yeah, the only thing Drew there is covering the real time left of the job, which doesn't really impact anything, so he's not in the way. Previously, he was underneath where the bottom of the map would be. 3K, that's a skill issue right there. That's not my fault. Check this out. We can do go straight over it. Yeah. I was going to wonder why you didn't go straight over the middle, but there are rocks there, so do not do that. I wonder how it would sound now if you used... You know those plugins that change the sound? Do they completely change the sound? I wonder if it would sound different now that you've got the bass sound underneath. Ignited what the ship was carrying, led to a fire that was enough to... Yes. And it just kept igniting just all of it. Very, very unfortunate, yes. Want to go in there? Probably at a slower speed I'd go through there. Bit late? Hello, Pastor. You are very late, yes. This is the last job. What the hell are you doing? Where have you been? That's the lights. I meant to enable that. By the way, on the ends of the stalks, are these actual buttons? No. I was going to wonder, if they were buttons, what would they do? What were they before? Like pushing the entire stick in. Because I thought they would be. No, the sticks they're very high quality, they're very nice. Sent a kilometre or two from where the ship was, and it weighs a lot, I'm assuming, as well. You watching videos while eating? People do that now, don't they? If I'm eating here, then of course I'd watch something as well, but if I'm eating at the table, not in the room, then I wouldn't be watching anything. Whoa, that wobble there was like, it was really leaning over a lot there. You watch mine when eating? Oh, that's nice. I can guarantee you, not really eating after this, and maybe a snack or something, but you go to the YouTube homepage and you just see like 5 or 6 videos that look interesting, and you just open them all in another tab and you just flick through them. That's what I do. By the way, you know at the beginning of the stream I said that my frames were not too bad? Yeah, they're not now. I'm at 30 now. Is it the shrubs? Does this happen after playing the game for a certain length of time? Why is my FPS now shite? You can see it. Thank you for the biddies, Mr. Batter. 20 biddies. Big fan. Playing Crash video? That video was good. For how unfortunate it was, like a summary of things. It's grass, turn it down. Yeah, probably don't need it. But it never used to be, like, terrible, did it? Like this? Surely, I thought it was just a new DLC thing. Fire in the Flame. The Long John's good name. Where'd you get the wheel from? I was given this by the company themselves, but you're able to buy it from the Moza site. Maybe it'll be on Amazon or something, or any local hardware shop. It could be in there as well. Don't know if anyone would be selling on eBay, but it's the Moza wheel. It's a bit costly. Why does it have so many? Because just to let people know, Pastor, that we are absolutely, definitely, for real, on 158. Physics do seem real, yeah, you're bumping around a lot. We haven't been on a dirt road today, so can't conclusively test it. Don't believe it. We may still be on one. Be careful, I'm not saving you if you might still be on 157. For the video, could you imagine if I say, like, when at the beginning of the stream I said we're on 158 and I just show like a pop-up with the title appearing like that, just to be like 158, 158, 158, 156. Stop doing that. Stop moving around like that. Hood. In the hood. 60 kilometers left. Hey, Ken, welcome in. What do you think of the UI? Hey, anyone joining in? What do you think of the UI? I want to ask anyone now. Have you tested? Content. How am I? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We've done, I think, 4 of the Valentines jobs for the Valentine event. And not too bad. The jobs have been a bit meh. For they are. Well done, Felix. I thought I'd get some better locations, but apparently not. The UK rework will be an update, not a DLC. If it's a rework, they're not charging you for that. No. The Isle of Ireland DLC, which contains both, that will be paid because that's a DLC. I don't know how they would even pay. How would you pay for the update itself? Where would you pay? Via Steam? Another church? Are all the churches in the Nordics sacred enough to the point where they are all basically listed as trophies? Some of them look cool though, the designs look cool. Is religion quite a big thing up here? Hello Matt, welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're well. Has its pros and cons? Of course it does. What cons can you think of? I can think of a few. Johnny? Come on, man. Johnny? I can think of a few. Inconveniences. Not game quit-worthy issues. Because that's just being a bit silly. At the moment, you cannot put the winter mod. No, the winter mod is disabled because it's not on 158. When the person updates it to 158, then you'll be able to use it again, yes. Because it'll then be disabled in the spring. So about a month from now is probably when you'll not be able to use it anymore. And this is a large enough industry, we should be able to... Tachometer on the left could be nicer. I would like if the elements underneath that were mixed on the right-hand side. They are with a mod. And as for the money, we're used to seeing the money, but you don't look at your wallet all the time when you're trucking in the real world, do you? That's the feedback I can think of for that. I'm not looking at my balance all the time. I know I have about 3 mil. If I'm running extremely low on funds, then, well, that's on me, isn't it? Oh, it's there, okay. When am I doing Drive Academy? When my game is fixed. Because in single player, my game does not work. So I cannot play in single player. SES needs to do some magic or tell me something that needs to tweak. I turned off the 2 settings, and if it is those 2 settings, that's insane. To do with the aura and the whatever else. I'll test it curiously, just have the game open maybe sometime tomorrow or something. Where's the box? Is there. That's a bit better of an approach. No aura. No aura. I don't have any anyway. Very nice. Very good. Before ending stream? No. Good work. It's because I hit the gate. It's fine. It's whatever. Right, where should we park? And I have to remember to add the old Scania engine back, so I'm not complaining about the engine. Could go there. Yeah, where Junior is. Does anyone else's sounds still stutter? Because my scenery sounds still stutter.
Huh?
Oh, look at that colour. My god, the approach. Yoinked Braden's spot. How dare you? Oh, watch this. It is set to custom engine sounds, yes. Is that why you said he changed it? Because he said one of them was buggy. But only at certain times it mentions. Oh, different reason. Some sounds of your own truck don't work when 20 players are around. Tire noise, bumps, or your own horn. Oh yeah, I have that anyway. Sometimes my indicator ticks once per minute. But that's not when there's loads of people around. Because there aren't that many people around. Didn't make the achievement pop up, that's annoying. Are you sure you did the right length of job, the right place? That's annoying. Venom, hello, I'm doing well. Welcome in. How you doing? Near the end of our session, so we're just taking some pictures. Nox, you could... the kind of idea that Folk is having is kind of at an angle. You can go at an angle as well if you want. Heavy cargo, which is perfect, at least 1,000 miles. Don't know. Hello, Finn. You're okay? Good. And nice. Anyone else not in the photo? I'm not sure if this person is with us. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. I might change to that glowy thingy that you have as well. How far back can I go? There. Nice. Good day? Good. Can't see all of us from this angle. The person's trailer is right where the camera is as well. Perfect. Very good. Yes, we are on the new update, yes. We've been checking out how the UI is a bit strange at first. A few new sounds. Maybe one or two other features that I forgot about. Nice. I always take from the same angle, it doesn't really matter. It's all good. Didn't contain icon. Was it not actually heavy enough then? I wonder. I guess I'm right. Nah, I could have. Only on a few skyboxes, those are pretty good. The sounds are loud. The world sounds are really loud. Hold on. It's these. But they've never been that loud before. Huh? Like I feel, yeah. That's not too bad now. Folk, what's up? What's up? So now you have to use Truckee, or you have to... Yeah, bottom left. No one wants to use the bottom left. Thank you for the stream. Appreciate that. Big fan. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't want to use the bottom left. It just looks a bit eh. So this is F1 normally. I have to be in my vehicle. So then that, and then that. It's just... The icons, yes. I don't want the thingy in the bottom left. Personally. I don't want that. Because I have the thing on the right. Why do I need the thing on the left if I have the thing on the right? There's two sets of speeds. I don't need that. And the speed in the middle. I don't need that. No, I don't need that. Technically, both would be unrealistic anyway. Because they're not actually just going to be floating where your door is. Like a holographic wearing a VR thing. Contact the mod. Make the F1 UI slightly less opaque. And for SES added to... Well, it's both for SES. Add a toggle for the old one if people want to use the old one. That's what I would suggest. Thank you for joining for the drive. You're more than welcome to keep doing your jobs to finish the event. Next week, we'll do some more. I know we missed one of the streams this week, but that wasn't too bad. It's only that main one. More normal on Monday. I've got video stuff to sort out. So, that was quite fun. Big fan. Big fan. We've done 4 out of 14.